The first sign wasn't a text message, a cold shoulder, or a fight about whose turn it was to do the dishes. It was a playlist. Sarah, a 29-year-old graphic designer in Chicago, woke up on a Tuesday in November to a daily mix that felt off. Usually, her Spotify algorithm served up a steady diet of upbeat indie pop and lo-fi beats for working. But that morning, nestled between her usual tracks was Dancing on My Own by Robin, then Marvin's Room by Drake, then a song she hadn't heard since her college breakup, Skinny Love by Bon Iver. She laughed it off. "Glitch in the Matrix," she texted her boyfriend of 3 years, Mark. He sent back a laughing emoji. 2 weeks later, Mark sat her down on their beige IKEA sofa and told her he didn't think they had a future anymore. As Sarah sat there, numb, the realization hit her with the cold precision of a data point. The machine knew. Before Mark had worked up the courage to speak, before Sarah had consciously registered the distance growing between them, a server farm in a windowless room had crunched the numbers, analyzed the subtle shifts in their digital behavior, and recategorized Sarah from in a relationship to pre-churn single. This isn't just a glitch, it is the new frontier of emotional surveillance. We are living in an era where our most intimate milestones, breakups, pregnancies, job losses, are no longer personal life events. They are predictive asset classes, traded and sold by data brokers before we've even processed the emotions ourselves. The silent observer. To understand how a streaming service can predict the end of your relationship, you have to stop thinking of it as a jukebox and start thinking of it as a behavioral modification engine. In 2018, Spotify filed a patent that went largely unnoticed by the general public, but sent shivers through the privacy community. Titled Identification of Taste Attributes from an Audio Signal, the patent outlined technology capable of analyzing speech recognition to detect a user's emotional state, gender, age, or accent. The patent describes a system that doesn't just listen to what you ask for, but how you ask for it. Is your voice shaky? Is the pitch higher than usual, indicating stress? Is the background environment suddenly quieter, a move to a solitary apartment, or filled with the echo of a different room? While Spotify has stated that not all patents become products, the infrastructure for emotional deduction is already active. The sad boy phenomenon, a term used by Gen Z to describe late-night depressive listening sessions, is not just a meme, it's a distinct data cluster. When you shift from listening to cleaning the house playlists on Sunday mornings to looping the Smiths at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday, you are generating a heartbreak signature. But the prediction goes deeper than just mood. It's about context. Netflix, too, plays this game. Their engineering teams have deconstructed content into thousands of micro-genres. They don't just know you like comedies. They know you watch witty workplace comedies with a strong female lead when you're stressed after work, and dark psychological thrillers when you're feeling cynical. If your viewing habits suddenly shift, say you stop watching the show you and your partner always binge together, or you start watching movies with themes of self-discovery and starting over at odd hours, the algorithm logs a deviation. It correlates this deviation with millions of other users who exhibited similar patterns right before they changed their billing address or downgraded their subscription plan, a common post-breakup financial move. The dispersion metric. The most terrifying breakthrough in breakup prediction didn't come from a music app, but from the social graph itself. In a landmark study, researchers from Cornell University and Facebook analyzed the data of 1.3 million Facebook users. They were looking for a metric that could define a relationship's strength. They found something they called dispersion. Dispersion isn't about how many mutual friends you have. In fact, having too many mutual friends can sometimes indicate a social bubble that is fragile. High dispersion is when a couple's mutual friends are not well connected to each other, meaning the couple bridges different social worlds, e.g., her work friends, his college buddies. This indicates that the relationship is the primary thread holding these disparate lives together. The algorithm was frighteningly effective. It could correctly identify who a user was dating 60% of the time without looking at their relationship status field. But here's the kicker. When the algorithm failed, when it couldn't identify a partner for a user who claimed to be in a relationship, that relationship was 50% more likely to end within the next 2 months. The machine looked at the social web and saw the structural weakness before the people living inside it could feel the tremors. The marketplace of misery. Why do companies care if you break up? Because a breakup is a life event, and in the world of data brokerage, life events are gold. A stable consumer is a boring consumer. They buy the same brand of toothpaste, shop at the same grocery store, and pay their bills on time. But a consumer in crisis? They are a jackpot. When you break up, your spending habits enter a state of flux. You might need a new apartment, real estate leads, new furniture, Target IKEA data, a gym membership, fitness industry, or therapy, BetterHelp ads. You are vulnerable, malleable, and desperate for dopamine. This is where the data brokers come in. Companies like Axiom, Epsilon, and others manage massive databases that categorize us into audiences. These aren't just broad demographics, they are hyper-specific lists. You can literally buy lists of newly divorced men in the Midwest with high disposable income, or expectant mothers in their second trimester. The latter category became infamous thanks to the Target incident reported by Charles Duhigg. Target statisticians figured out that pregnant women followed a specific purchasing pattern: unscented lotion, supplements, and cotton balls. They began sending coupons for baby cribs to a high school girl before she had even told her father she was pregnant. The father stormed into the store to complain, only to apologize later when he learned the truth. The algorithm had seen the chemical change in her life through her shopping cart. Today, that same logic is applied to heartbreak. If your location data shows you sleeping at a different address for 3 nights in a row, and your transaction history shows a charge at a moving company or a storage unit, and your Spotify history shows a 400% increase in breakup ballads, the ad ecosystem doesn't just guess. It knows. Suddenly your Instagram feed changes. Gone are the ads for couples getaways. In their place, dating apps, meal-for-one delivery services, and glow-up fitness challenges. The digital world is ushering you into your new life as a single consumer before you've even unpacked your boxes. The human cost. The danger here is not just privacy, it is autonomy. When an algorithm nudges you toward a breakup playlist before you've broken up, is it reflecting your reality or creating it? If you are on the fence about your relationship and your phone starts treating you like you're single, showing you attractive people on dating apps, playing songs about the freedom of being alone, does that tip the scale? We are entering a feedback loop where our machines don't just predict our future, they subtly engineer it to maximize engagement and consumption. A happy couple might watch 1 movie a week. A lonely, heartbroken single person might binge watch 3 series a month and order takeout 4 times a week. Chaos is profitable. The resolution, becoming noise. So what do? How do we live in a world where our emotional tremors are measured on a Richter scale by advertising executives? The answer is not to throw away your smartphone or move to a cabin in the woods. That is a retreat, not a victory. The answer lies in a philosophy known as obfuscation. In their seminal work, Obfuscation, A User's Guide for Privacy and Protest, Finn Brunton and Helen Nissenbaum argue that when you cannot hide, you must confuse. If the algorithm wants to know who you are, do not give it silence, which is suspicious. Give it everything. We must learn to create digital noise. This means breaking your own patterns. It means sometimes playing a death metal playlist on mute while you sleep, just to mess up your taste profile. It means clicking on ads for products you have no intention of buying, just to pollute the data set. It means sharing accounts, swapping devices, and using tools designed to flood the trackers with false positives. There are tools built on this very philosophy, browser extensions that click every ad on a page in the background, like ad nauseum, or search engines that generate random queries to hide your real ones, like Track Me Not. These tools do not try to build a wall, they build a hall of mirrors. By polluting the data, we devalue it. If the algorithm can't tell if you are heartbroken or just hosting a weird party, it cannot manipulate you. We reclaim our autonomy not by hiding, but by becoming unreadable. We must become the glitch in the matrix. The next time your streaming service tries to tell you how you feel, play something unexpected. Confuse the machine. It's the only way to keep your heart for yourself.